Morning everyone, Paul here with GammaEdge. Today is Thursday, the 14th of April. Pause it here, please read this. Important. Taking a look at yesterday's action, we had actually bullish action across the board for the SPX and the SPY. The green arrows pointing down show us that we've had a drop over in the SPX on the cumulative put side, and we've had an increase on the cumulative calls, cumulative gamma here. Also note that we've actually pushed up here in the highest put gamma exposure, and you can see that by the horizontal arrow here. Over here on the SPY, same picture. We've dropped on the net negative cumulative GEX, which is monetization, or we think is monetization of the puts. Some addition to the calls in the call gamma increasing, and then also note this is actually corroborated by that we've had a move upward of the call open interest for the SPY, so we do definitely see some calls being added to the overall complex. Questions came in. I want everyone to run the charts in the Discord. Don't rely on this. I know we've had a few requests to increase the font sizes here, and it's just difficult to do because I'm taking these right from the Discord. So frankly, run them in the Discord, and that'll give you all the details on the numbers. Also, we had a question come in yesterday. I just want to make sure it's clear for everyone who's listening. The traffic light symbols that I have here are reflective of what happened that day, and you should have recognized this behavior as it was occurring. I'm just confirming your interpretation the next day. This is not indicative of what is going to happen today, although, you know, the past does sometimes give you a view of the future. So just be aware of that. If you look at the traffic lights and you see it green, doesn't mean today is going to be green. It means what happened yesterday was green. Taking a look at the Qs, a little bit more of a mixed picture. We've actually had the put open interest drop, which is generally good. There's a number of reasons that could occur. Come into the Discord and ask. We've had the net negative GEX drop, which is a good sign here. But contrasting with that, we've actually had COI pull in and also had a positive call gamma pull in, so that's not necessarily good. We like to see an expansion outward of that, and we've had the put GEX come up, which means it's getting closer and closer to price, and that means puts typically are going to get monetized faster. Could push this up, may not push this up. Back tests of this scenario actually show net negative outcomes, so the Qs are a mixed picture. And IWM, kind of the same thing. You can see the narrowing of the goalposts, but contrasting that, which we would consider bearish, you actually have a drop in the net negative cumulative GEX, and we have a rise in the net positive cumulative GEX. So mixed pictures, yellow traffic light here. Difficult to interpret, and it's just because of where we are in the overall complex. When we take a look at today's 0 DTE, all I can say is, not a lot going on here. The 4450 remains a real key level in the SPX. You can see we're just to the left of this, but you can also see we have some positive gamma that is sitting down there that is currently in the money. That monetization will pull us down. On the flip side, since we're to the left of the predominant level here, we could see more puts being open to the downside, or we could see basically some monetization into the close. Remember, the SPX is cash settled. There is no real obligation for these people to monetize their profits, so it's kind of a mixed picture here. Taking a look at the SPY, kind of the same thing. We're between the goalposts, 440, 445, not a lot going on there. Oops, sorry about that. We take a look at the Qs. Same thing here, a little more interesting scenarios that we have here. Slight in the money on the call side, out of the money on the put side. This 345, 346 spread here is very tight. We're still in a net negative gamma environment for the expiry. It'll be very interesting to see what happens here today. IWM. Between the goalposts again, not a lot going on, close to the zero. The 200 and 204 levels are what I'm watching. I don't expect a lot of fireworks here. For this reason, we're going to color this yellow. Taking a look at the market model via the cumulative tick, first thing I want you to realize is that we've actually had a bearish confirmation that occurred 2 days ago. We did get the reversal that we talked about as one of the trajectories yesterday, and that upside linear up. That is important. We had large persistent sweeps that were lifting the bid throughout the day, which is good. These are our big money players typically, and so day one of the reversal. We need a continuation today here at Circle 2. We are net bearish. For that reason, we're going to give it a green light as a potential new up leg, but some cautionary things there. Taking a look at the vol of vol, all I can say is that we've got a divergence scenario. We've got an increase in the VVIX, which is the volatility of vol, whereas we've got a decrease in the overall VIX. And so hard to play. We're going to throw a yellow light on that. SPX structure analysis, again, we've got another divergence. Although we had the SPX trending up yesterday, all of the complex dropped. I'm describing that here. We've also had levels move up and down. Really at a crossroad, cross currents here, no clear direction. We're going to color that yellow. I urge everyone to read this. When we look at the expiration profile, substantial reduction from where we were yesterday. For today's expiry, of course, we moved up. That'll have an impact there as we pull out of the net negative puts. But the fact that this reduced such a significant amount shows a clear monetization of puts there. And actually, this is not very strong. And so I want everyone to be aware of that. I'm not expecting a lot of fireworks today. When we take a look at the gamma distribution, you are here, 4446. You can see we are clearly at a transition. There are a couple positive zeros that are sitting in here as we go back and forth, back and forth. This left one here is at 4415. 4400 is this major level that you see here. 43 is the dominant in the overall complex. Up here you can see we've got 4650 and 47 actually is the dominant from way down here, and this will continue to grow as we go up. But just be aware, we got a lot to get through. I just can't see us moving very, very fast. We are at transition. When we are at transition going into a 3-day weekend, we typically stay at transition. So I'm not saying that is 100% guaranteed. Play what you have today, but this structure says we favor staying at the zeros. Taking a look at the SPX, we've got the combo on the right, we've got the expiry on the left. A lot of going on here. I know you guys want to have the fonts bigger, etc., but here's the takeaway. We've had about a half of the gamma come off from yesterday. Still net negative on the SPX. You can see vol is down. This is open, high, low, close vol. I want everyone to be aware up here at 4695, 4700, we've got a double structure up here. That is going to be huge overhead resistance. Down here at the bottom, 4400 still remains dominant, as you saw on the previous slide. The transition zone here is a little bit fatter. We finished yesterday right in this zero. As you can see, this was, we talked about it yesterday and it occurred. So square 6, this is the structure for today. This is the range for today that we're looking at. Again, on an open, high, low, close. I want everyone to be aware we've got some pretty significant delta notional here at 4450 and 4500. It's going to be really hard to push through here in a single day. Not out of the question, but going to be difficult. Over here on the SPX, when we take a look at the 0 DTE, pretty weak expiry today. I also want to draw your eye up here. This is highly unusual to see this kind of exposure coming off like this. Typically these are flat. It'll be very, very interesting. Obviously all of these people are in the money. That could actually pull us upward. Just be aware of that. If we do get pulled upward today, I'm looking at maybe the 4,500 level. As I indicated here, it's going to be hard to push above that. That is the COI for the expiry today. It's deep in the money for the call structure that you see here. 4455 is another dominant level, and you can see we're right in these zeros again. I did not extend the level up here only because at square 8 you can see we're flipping back and forth pretty significantly. Although I would not be surprised, and let the record show, I would not be surprised if we came back to this area indicated by circle 5. To the downside, 4,400, if we break that, it's very, very possible we could start testing these different levels at 90, 85, 75, 60, and then here at 4350. I don't anticipate going anywhere down towards 4,300, but note that is the expiry put open interest dominance, and I think it's well out of reach, but still something of significance. So what are we looking at today? The SPX below the 4450 level. Again, we got that potential monetization. Also watching that really strange cues, 345 and 346 level. I think that's important. The setups, looking for a breach. You can read what I have here, but I think the cues are squirrely. Just watch that. Continue to play the flow sum, algo flow, and net flow down in the AI channel. I'm not expecting a lot here, guys. The VIX, no play. T3, cumulative market model. We need that upside continuation. We're on day 1. We'll see, right? I would play short-term longs off of the pullbacks if we have them today, but I'd watch for some weakness. Again, all the yellow cautionary things. Lines in the sand, I put the levels over here. We're at these transition levels in the SPX. We're going into a 3-day weekend. We typically park at the zeros into a 3-day weekend. So I put the zeros explicitly. The ranges here. Play your paper trade, your butterflies into this area, please. I don't think we're going above 4,500, but if we do get some monetization, maybe we push higher. I'm not anticipating it because it's not in the HLC range. 4,400 is within range, and it is the dominant expiry, so I would not be surprised pushing down to there. So I know a little bit longer today. I wanted to cover some things in detail there. Hopefully this was useful to you. If it was, please join us at GammaEdge.us. That'll take you to a sign-up page. That sign-up page will allow you to come into the Discord with all the tools turned on. We have a great voice chat. We have a lot of tools available for you to see how you can overlay this into your trading. Follow us at Twitter, please. Really would appreciate the follow there so we can get pushed up in the engines. And then, of course, here on YouTube, if you like today's content, please push that like button. Tells me that I'm on the right track of giving you guys what you need. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified of the next time we post something. So ahead of the 3-day weekend for the markets, everybody enjoy. I wouldn't necessarily mind taking today off in terms of the markets, but play opportunistically. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the Discord.